All right, welcome back. I was rushing to get into this one. There was only 11 people. There was 11 people, and they needed one more, so I just jumped in and started the stream. We're getting our second stream of the day, like we said we would. So we're back and better than ever. This is a normal 12 team draft. We're just playing against the people in this lobby. We're getting some practice. This isn't best ball. But the nice thing about these, what I haven't said about these 12-person drafts are that you can make a private lobby for these. So if you want to just do this with your friends or coworkers or something, people that are a little bit more casual, that don't want to worry about free agents and trading and setting lineups and things like that, you could start one of these as a private, just a private room and invite who you want to play with. So this is just a random lobby. We're at pick 10, it looks like. If you haven't checked out the best ball draft that we did earlier this morning, go check it out. That seriously could have a good chance of winning us some money. And I think we really killed that draft. So go check that video out. If you haven't signed up for Underdog Fantasy yet, you have free money waiting for you. Any deposit between $10 to $100 as your first deposit will get matched at 100%. So you get that free money. You can get into these drafts, practice for your family, office, friend drafts, or just have a little bit of fun. This is probably close to my 40th draft, and I'm still having a lot of fun. Still having a lot of fun streaming it for you guys, learning a lot, and hopefully we're gonna win a little bit of money. So we are. Oh, and the nice thing about this too is it takes a while to spend your money if you're not entering like best ball manias all the time. If you're doing $3 to $5 drafts, you can really stretch your money. I put in $100 a while ago and mostly done puppy drafts and these drafts. And I do them every day, multiple times a day, and it's lasted me like a month. So $100 for a month of fun. Shit. Sign me up. We're just grinding away today on this beautiful Sunday. It is absolutely gorgeous here in North Carolina. So we're just enjoying the day. Ben City Rocker is going to be pumped to have Jamar Chase fall to him at pick 7. I don't know why it doesn't ever happen to me. I would love that, but if they want to pass on him and give me him at pick 10, that'd be cool. That would be very cool. 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, this lobby's not that cool. I noticed in Best Ball Mania though, it was a lot there. Like in these drafts, you see people stick pretty close to ADP, and you don't get like crazy values falling to you. Whereas in Best Ball Mania, I've only done one, but in that draft, you had a lot of people reaching on players and trying to get people trying to make creative builds, and it allowed us to scoop up some really good value. So I think what we will do is we're going to just keep it simple. Go Stephon Diggs. If Josh Allen falls to 10, fine. If he doesn't, no big deal. I still think Stephon Diggs is a value at this point. I guess not an insane value, but he's definitely worth picking up. And I don't grab a whole lot of them. So a big part of this year on Underdog Fantasy for me is I just want to try a bunch of different things, learn a lot, and then when the season's over and I can look back at how it all shook out, I can kind of analyze what my different ideas looked like later on and how my theories worked out. So, if this is if you're new at this, or even if you're not, just try some different things and see how you can tweak your method to be more beneficial to your teams. Alvin Kamara. I've seen Najee Harris falling a lot lately. Do we want Najee if he falls to us right here? Or do we want to go like Devontae or CD? He goes Devontae. If we'll go with whoever Sir Meow. Sir Meows a lot. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Do we go CD? Yeah, I'll go CD and see if we can get a running back in 3 and 4. We'll go with a double wide receiver start. That'll allow us to potentially pick up Dak Prescott. Where do we pick? Yeah, we could potentially pick up Dak Prescott later on, so we'll try this build out. Now, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm hoping someone falls to me as far as running back goes in the next round, and we'll scoop someone there. But we're just gonna have to see how it all plays out. Let's see. Saquon Barkley is moving up the charts. People have been taking him way early consistently, very consistently. So that's something to keep an eye on because, especially in like tournament style drafts, if you're swinging for the fences, Saquon Barkley is a good player that you can. I mean, if he performs and stays on the field, then he would be going up here in the top 5 picks. People are worried about his injury concerns, so that has him dropping to the end of second, early third. But lately, he's been more of like end to middle second. So people are starting to realize that if they want to win, take it. Saquon Barkley is giving yourself a good chance at winning your league. I do like him this year. So we're hoping that like a James Conner or even a Javonte Williams falls to us at pick 34. That's a little bit ambitious. But being that we went double wide receiver start, we're looking for a running back. Now, if we don't get a running back here, it's okay. I've talked about it before, but you got to have a plan, but you got to roll with the punches. Because if you lock into your plan too hard, you're gonna end up reaching too far and I don't know, kind of screwing your build. And once you screw your build early, then you're chasing the solution for the rest of the draft. James Conner goes very early, so not looking like he's gonna fall to us. Going 3 running backs in the beginning is a little iffy, in my opinion. I think you're spending way too much draft capital on running backs, which I think is a good strategy if you're in a redraft league. But in this format, I think you need to really get some elite receivers while you can. If Josh Allen falls to us at 34, we're going to take him too. It's usually pretty rare he falls that far, but we're not that far off, being that they reached on some running backs. And Kyle Pitts goes to the Mark Andrews team. They're doing a bully tight end build, and we do get Josh Allen to stack with Stephon Diggs here at pick 34. So he fell 4 to 5 spots. So we're going to take him and get that stack. You got to be happy when that works out, especially when you're picking at pick 10. That's pretty far for Josh Allen to fall. Relatively. I mean, it's not, it happens, but we definitely like when it does happen. At 39, we could go Zeke. What's our next pick? 58 and 63. Yeah, we're going to want to get a running back right here because we don't want to hit this drop off of 58 and 63. Yeah, we'll try to go running back right here. I would like to get Zeke. I don't really think ETN is worth. I mean, Devin doesn't think so. Hopefully, he already has 2 running backs. Sermi has a lot, so he might let Zeke go, but he doesn't. Okay. I don't know if I want to reach that far on Zeke, to be honest with you. We're at pick 39. I think we kind of have to reach on a running back, to be honest. We're going to go Cam Akers. We're not happy about it, but being that we went 2 wide receivers and then a quarterback, I don't want to let the drop off before before Josh Jacobs occur without us grabbing some running backs. Because if you hit that drop off before running back 1, I mean, you're kind of screwed. If you look at it, Brees Hall good, David Montgomery good, J.K. Dobbins good, Josh Jacobs good, but then you hit the drop off and it's Antonio Gibson, Elijah Mitchell, A.J. Dillon. Like, these are not running back 1s on a team. So I want to make sure I get at least 1. We're hoping to get it. Preferably 2 on the next turn between these 4 players, but that is a little bit of a stretch. So we'll just have to wait and see because there is 15 picks between us and our next pick right now. So I think the reach of Cam Akers was valid. I think that makes sense. That sets us up to grab maybe a Darrell Henderson later on and make add some value to those later round running backs. Because if you grab Darrell Henderson by himself, he doesn't have a whole lot of value. You're kind of banking on a Cam Akers injury. But if you have Cam Akers and you grab Darrell Henderson, then he's a little more valuable to you because it kind of builds in some insurance for a coaching decision that possibly could be made during the season or an injury. So Brees Hall and David Montgomery go early. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch to ask for J.K. Dobbins and Josh Jacobs here, but that's really what we need. I'm not going to feel comfortable if we don't get one of those running backs here. We may be forced even to grab like an Antonio Gibson, but I just hate that pick so much. So we're going to hope that this wide receiver quarterback run, I guess not even wide receiver, but this quarterback run continues. So that will free up some running backs for us. However, these two teams are all three of these teams are one running back teams, and they're probably thinking the same thing. So it's still not really looking good. This is why I don't usually go double wide receiver stack in the beginning, first two rounds, because I hate chasing running backs later on. I think it's way harder to get running back ones than it is to get wide receiver ones as far as fantasy goes, especially in a best ball format. And you see J.K. Dobbins go right there. Now, Josh Jacobs is a little lower on ADP, so he could make it. But again, these are one running back teams. Main, you can definitely skip on Josh Jacobs if you want. And it looks like he did. Who did he go? He went Rashad Bateman. So we're gonna take Josh Jacobs. We're not risking that. We're taking him. We're stretching on him. Well, I'm honestly any of these wide receivers will be fine later on. So we can grab someone on the turn, being that we only have to weather 4 picks, and there's more than 4 receivers here. So Juju goes. I think we're hoping for Darnell Mooney. That's who I would prefer. We can go Chris Godwin if we need to. I even thought about Antonio Gibson, even though I really don't like the pick. Being our third running back, it could be a good decision. I don't know. I don't love it. Let's see what our next pick is while we wait. It's 82 to 87, which we're hoping for Dak in that range. Yeah, man, that gets real ugly. I mean, Miles Sanders could be a target, like Miles Sanders Dak, maybe. But it gets real ugly real fast. Now, it looks like we're going to have our decision, and I'm considering Chris Godwin, honestly. Yeah, I might go Chris Godwin here. Do I? Yeah, we'll go Chris Godwin here because when he does come back, he's going to be an elite receiver. And once he's back, having Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, and Chris Godwin as our top 3 wide receivers, that is extremely beneficial. So I do like that pick. However, we're going to have to baby this running back position a little bit. We're going to need to take them when we get them. If it's ever a decision between running back or another position in these next 3 rounds, we're going to have to prioritize running back just because of the start that we have. It's not a bad team. It definitely can work out like this, and a lot of people prefer doing it this way. See Matt Liu, see Junior Cuts. I mean, a lot of people like doing this. See, like you can see how many teams have only taken one running back. The only difference is they have an elite running back. I guess other than this team, they have elite running backs to kind of build that core. It's a little bit different strategy that I'm doing. So we're just gonna have to. But this is what I was talking about. Is I want to try new things because I pretty much always go running back in my first 3 rounds. So if I don't have any teams that have a start like this where it's 3 wide receivers or basically a 0 running back build, then I'm not gonna know if they work out because I won't have any. So I do think it is good to get practice and experience in drafts like this and see how they all shake out come, February when the season's over. So I do like having some of these builds in my portfolio, especially being that I'm new. But it doesn't sit very well with me. I don't love it. But it doesn't mean it's bad. A lot of people do like it, and I'm sure they have a little bit more experience than I do. So it's not necessarily bad. It's just something we're gonna monitor and see how we feel about it later on. Now, if Miles Sanders makes it to us, we'll take him. If not, we might take Dak early if he falls to us. Miles Sanders doesn't. So let's look ahead. Would we rather have Dak or Tom Brady is the real question. 3-2-2-3. Okay. We're going to take Tom Brady. And the reason I'm taking Tom Brady is that the off chance, I think Tom Brady and Dak Prescott are pretty equal as far as their value. However, it sets up a possibility that we get a Russell Gage stack. We already have the Chris Godwin stack, so we're not really risking it. We're getting a single stack either way. But if Russell Gage is able to make it back to us in 4 picks, then we'll have that double stack, and it'll kind of build in a little bit of insurance in our wide receiver core. So as long as these two players don't go Russell Gage, that would be nice. I don't think it's going to happen for us here, but I mean, it's definitely worth a shot, and it's worth going for. If he doesn't make it, we'll just go Ken Walker. We probably should go Ken Walker regardless, but we're going to get caught up in this stack if we can. He goes Hawkinson. Don't like Hawkinson this year, so that's fine. I've talked about it before, but the reason I don't like Hawkinson is there's too much firepower in the Detroit Lions offense, or too many receiving options. And I know that sounds weird because it's the Lions, but they really do have a good, at least they have good personnel on their offense as far as wide receivers go. Russell Gage goes, so that's honestly probably convincing us to make the better pick here. As long as he doesn't go Ken Walker, we'll take him. Considering we do have a solid start to our wide receiver core. Yeah, so we're going to go Ken Walker right here. Ken Walker, this is something, I don't know if this is going to surprise you guys, but it surprised me. You can see I already looked it up. Ken Walker draft. He was an early second-round pick, so that you love to see that. We know Seahawks can draft running backs, very good running backs. I mean, Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, Sean Alexander way back in the day. They didn't. The Bills drafted Marshawn Lynch, but they've always had solid running backs, so I think they have an eye for it. But look at this. I didn't realize that Ken Walker has a 4.38 40 at running back. That is incredible. That is absolutely nuts. I didn't know he was that fast. That's actually pretty crazy. Let's see this. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Don't want to get copyright. I was going to look up some highlights, but yeah. So I have been drafting Ken Walker. I think he's a player that you can grab in this range, and I think he probably will outperform the range at which he's being taken. So you always love that. We love our quarterback room. We love our wide receiver room. We're going to need to shore up both wide receiver and running back, but we're a little bit balanced, and we can kind of have a little bit of freedom to make the picks that fall to us. If a good tight end falls, we'll take them. But that's all. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed that, but through my videos, but that's a very common theme for me. I don't really scheme for tight ends a whole lot. I just kind of draft quarterbacks based off of my wide receivers. I'm really shooting for running backs and wide receivers at all times. And then if I see a value at tight end, I'll take them. But I'm not, I don't fall in love with any one tight end. I mean, you can go with Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce. I haven't been a whole lot. If I do have to pick between the two, I usually go Mark Andrews and try to stack him with Lamar. Because I think Lamar's going to have a really good season. But Travis Kelce in the first round for a tight end, I haven't been doing it a whole lot. I have done it, but I haven't been doing it a whole lot. You see Matt Lowe trying to make up for his running back, so he goes Breece Hall, Damian Harris, James Cook. So he's kind of on the same vibe we are as far as our starts, or at least as far as our running back room goes. So, and that strategy doesn't stop now. We will continue to look for these running backs as they fall to us. And if not, we're going to shoot for wide receivers. So we're 3 picks away. We're looking at a pretty good, let's see. Ooh. I really do want to take Melvin Gordon, but I feel like I should take Dawson Knox for the double stack of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. I think that's the move, and just hope that Melvin Gordon makes it back. I know we need some running backs. However, There's some running backs down here that I like. Rashad Penny is actually kind of valuable. It says I have Ken Walker. Maybe I do that. Yeah, I might do that if I can, because Rashad Penny is great. He just can't stay on the field. So if he's gonna be on the field, I want him. And if he's not on the field, then I'll have Ken Walker. So I think that actually might be the pick we go with. I'm just debating if Melvin Gordon is available, if I want to go with him, because he's definitely on a better offense. That's for sure. It would be nice if someone took Melvin Gordon or Rashad Penny, just so I don't have to make the decision. I think I actually am rooting for Rashad Penny here. I might take him anyways, just to guarantee I have the entire backfield of the Seahawks offense. I know it's a bad offense for now. I mean, if Jimmy Garoppolo or Baker Mayfield goes, then we're talking about a different story. But just being that I have Ken Walker, I think I do want to go Rashad Penny. And he goes Melvin Gordon. So that's an easy decision for us. Yeah, so now we have the entire backfield in Seattle is what I was gonna say. Darrell Henderson is pick 140. That could work out perfectly. We might grab Darrell Henderson here at 135 for the same reason we just grabbed Rashad Penny, and then I would be feeling actually pretty good. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Then I would actually be feeling pretty good about our running back room. Yeah, right here, I'm looking to grab Darrell Henderson. I need a wide receiver, and then after this, I need to just hammer wide receiver. I think I'll probably just pick a wide after there. If we get Darrell Henderson, I think after that we're just gonna pick all wide receivers until the last round. And you know who we're going for in the last round, most likely, but it's going to be Braven Jordan. I think he's an extreme value. You can pretty much always count on grabbing in the last round. So that's who we're going to be going for. Maybe we grab Hayden Hurst too. I think he's another extreme value you can grab. Maybe we grab both just to have a 3 tight end build, being that we're punting them so far. I have been liking doing that. I don't know. I can't really comment on how I feel about this style until we're done, because I think I like the start. I think I like it, but it's I don't know. It's kind of new to me. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. I'm not as comfortable with it, but we're gonna see how it all works out. Now, Isaac T. Leonard goes Tyler Boyd, Tim Patrick on the turn. I think Tim Patrick is potentially one of the better sleeper picks you can grab in the 11th round range. Being that he has Russell Wilson coming in, if anything happens to Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick is next up. And even if it doesn't happen, then if you watch clips of Tim Patrick's performance, the only reason he's wide receiver 3 is because he has 2 very good wide receivers before him. And you could even see him start to emerge, even with Cortland Sutton on the field. You could see Cortland Sutton start to regress. He's had problems with injuries. He's not extremely young anymore. You could see Tim Patrick take that next step and be kind of a wide receiver 2. A wide receiver 2B, we could say. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that I think it's a very valuable pick to take here, especially if you have Russell Wilson, which he does. So he is the Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, Russell Wilson double stack. I like that a lot. His wide receivers are T. Higgins, Jerry Jeudy, Gabe Davis, DeAndre Hopkins, Chris Olave. Yeah, he's building a very good team over there. Unfortunately for us. But we're feeling good about our team. We just need to see how the rest of the draft shakes out. I gotta hang these skateboards back here. They've just been sitting on the ground. I gotta go in. If you know how to, I mean, if you have any suggestions of how you think that these would look best on the wall, let me know. But thinking about just going to Home Depot and grabbing some hardware and just fucking get some drywall anchors and spacers or something and just throw it up. We're on the clock. We already have a double stack with Stephon Diggs and Dawson Knox, or else we would be grabbing Jamison Crowder. Um, so I think what we'll do here is go Devontae Parker. We're gonna go McCole Hardman. Oh, I guess we're not. Okay, never mind. Wasn't he above him? Am I stupid? I guess we're not going McCole Hardman. I really would have liked that. That's kind of unfortunate because now we're probably not going to get him. Although these two teams do have 5 and 4 receivers, so they could go. I don't know. They'll probably grab McCole Hardman. One grabs Van Jefferson. Um, 135. This is where we're trying to grab Darrell Henderson, huh? So we basically just picked. Yeah, we can't let Darrell Henderson go. I don't think so. We kind of screwed the pooch on that. I mean, do we go McCole Hardman if even and just let Darrell Henderson go? What's our next pick? 154, 159. What is that heavy at? 154, 159. That's like right here. Ugh, yeah. I might let Darrell Henderson go, to be honest. If McCole Hardman's still there, and he is. Yeah, I'm going McCole Hardman. That makes me way more comfortable. Just because we punted wide receiver for so long, kind of making our running back room a little bit more stout. I do like the decision to go with McCole Hardman and Devontae Parker over. I was considering Darrell Henderson or even like I think there's Mike Gesicki I considered there for a second to shore up our tight end room. But once you get down to our next range, you have a huge drop off a wide receiver like Jalen Tolbert, DJ Chark, KJ Osborne, Josh Palmer, Corey Davis. Like to me, that's so much further down a class than Devontae Parker and McCole Hardman. I'm not saying I'm like extremely high on either McCole Hardman or Devontae Parker, but I don't think they're getting nearly the volume, or I think they're getting way more volume than the people in this range. I will be looking to grab like an Alec Pierce, maybe even like a running back, Tyrion Davis Price or something like that. I've been liking grabbing Njoku when I can as well, just because of the contract that he just got. When you pay someone that much, you're going to scheme up some plays for him, give him a lot of opportunities. So I do. I have been going with. What did I just say? I have been going with David Njoku when I can. Although when I go with him, I don't think you can stop at 2 tight ends. I think you're kind of taking a shot on him, and you need to grab like a Braven Jordan later on just to kind of grab that third option and give yourself a little bit more insurance. And that's why I want to build wide receiver and running back here early, because I think you can catch some people falling at tight end position. So we're gonna see a little tight end run here. We'll pull up the big board so we can get a better picture of what's going on. Isaiah Spiller's that's a great pick. I've been picking him a lot. If anything happens to Austin Eckler, he's going to be in top 10 running back. And even if nothing happens to Austin Eckler, even if nothing happens, he's still going to get the goal line touches on an extremely productive offense, maybe even the best offense in the league. So you always want a piece of that pie when you can get it. I think I'm trying to think between Chargers, Bengals, and Bills, who the best offense is. And I think it's got to be. Let me think about this. I mean, tight end, they're basically tied. The tight ends are both okay. Wider side, it might honestly. Hold on, let me think. Yeah, it might be the Chargers. I want to say Chargers. Yeah, yeah. I think Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow are pretty similar. I think the running back room is better in Los Angeles than it is in Cincinnati, slightly. Joe Mixon is, you can argue he's neck and neck with Austin Eckler, but Isaiah Spiller's better than who's the backup? Chris Evans. So I think I would have to pick the Chargers. Our picks coming up. No real tight end options that we're excited about. We may make a reach here. Hmm. What do we want? We're actually going to go. We're going to go Corey Davis. I'm shying away from DJ Chark just because um just because there's too many talented young guns on that team, being Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, and TJ Hawkinson. DeAndre Swift even is a huge target in the receiving game. I think DJ Chark is a great talent, but and I think he will have a strong beginning of the season, which maybe we should have went with him to kind of even out Chris Godwin, actually. If he makes it back to us, do we take him over Tyrion Davis-Price? What do the running backs look like? What's our next pick? 178 and 180. You're really falling off there. That's like a Jamal Williams range. And we only have 4 running backs. Nah, I think we take Tyrion Davis-Price. Unfortunately, we do have 6 wide receivers. Let's look at our wide receivers again. Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin, Devontae Parker, McCole Hardman, Corey Davis. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think we go Tyrion Davis-Price if we can. I think he's kind of your last candidate to potentially give you some real solid value here in the later rounds as far as running back goes. Although DJ Chark is falling far. We talked about David Njoku, but I'm not really considering him when there's 2 people that I like in this range. I think being that we went with those elite wide receiving options in the beginning, we really do. I want to go DJ Chark, but Tyrion Davis-Price is what we're going to have to do here just because this running back room needs a little bit of reinforcement. We don't have any elite talents here, so we're going to need all the firepower we can get. We're going to look for Jamal Williams next round to pair with either a tight end or a wide receiver in that range. Let's look ahead to how many picks we have. We're looking at 4 more picks, so I'm looking for 1 more running back and 2 more. 1 running back, 2 tight ends, and a wide receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could get interesting. I wasn't considering that. No. I don't think you ever really want to go 6 running backs and 3 tight ends, because then you have to settle at 7 wide receivers, which could work with this core. But I kind of feel like you have to go one or the other when it comes to tight end versus running back. I don't want to overcompensate for running back, but I feel like you got to go another one. If we go Jamal Williams, that pick will be worth it to me. Anything other than that, I'm not super excited about. I forget what picks we have again. 180 range and then 200 range. So 180 is looking like right here, which Hayden Hurst will be an option for us. If we can grab Hayden Hurst, that's who we're gonna grab. Because he's 181. We have 178 and 183. Ugh. So, what do I want to do here? Oh, Jamal Williams goes, so that's actually out of the question now. Robbie Anderson is really falling. If he falls to us, we'll definitely take him. I don't love Robbie Anderson as a pick, but at that value, I do. He might not even start the season on the Carolina Panthers. I think he could potentially get traded to the Browns as part of a package deal for Baker Mayfield. That's very possible. So I don't mind that. I think he kind of needs to get out of Carolina. There's bad, especially if Sam Darnold is starting. He might even just retire before the season starts if he's still in Carolina. So I actually do like the idea of him getting traded, but he's about to get auto draft. No, he didn't get auto drafted. 5 receivers, 6 receivers in the next upcoming picks. Right here is where I'm looking. 5, 6. Our rankings are not liking our draft here, and I might agree with them a little bit. This is definitely not my favorite draft, I will say. But the thing about these drafts is I mean, there is a degree of skill that comes along with this, but there's a degree of luck too. Like, you could build a team that you're not happy with, and who knows? Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe McCole Hardman just turns into Tyreek Hill and just becomes like, just gets in like crazy volume, and then it's like, it's kind of no harm, no foul at that point. No harm, no foul. I guess it doesn't really make sense. I was too locked in on the fact that he just took Hayden Hurst from me. I was hoping he would fall. Because now we're looking ugly. Because we're in the 200 range, which is Braven Jordan's there. Austin Hooper. Like, ugh. Ugh. Blech. Hmm. 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 What they want, what they want, what they want. Dollar sign, yeah, I know it's what they want. What they want, what they want, what they want. Y'all ain't fooling me at all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Name that song and I'll give you $1,000,000. Let me go Raheem Mostert. I just feel like I have to go 6 running backs with this build. Raheem Mostert is kind of one of those guys where he's a later round pick, but he can give you some really good value. He can give you some. I'm not saying he's a top 5, top 10 running back, but he can give you a week or two of top 5 scores. Just because of the player that he is and the speed that he has, he can get a breakaway. Like, when he does play, he can get some breakaway plays that'll really make it valuable to own him on a best ball format. But I mean, you're not drafting him in redraft leagues. This is kind of a best ball format exclusive deal, you could say. I have 2 more picks, and I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 receivers. I am kind of comfortable with my receiving core, though, to keep 7 if I need to. I'm just trying to debate if I want to go 2 tight ends or a tight end and a receiver, and I think it's just gonna be based off of who is left for us, because Braven Jordan will most likely be my 207, just like we talked about earlier. I mean, sometimes you see people reach at him though, and if someone reaches on Braven Jordan and we skip on him at 202, that could get bad. So we got to be careful here because we really can't afford for one of these 2 guys to take Braven Jordan. They have Hayden Hurst, Mike Gesicki, Rob, and T.J. Hawkinson. No elite tight ends on their team, so they could be targeting Braven Jordan. That's very likely. Let's see what their builds are. Let's fast forward a little bit and go to Sir Meowslot. Dude, I hate that. Why does it do that? He's a 3 quarterback build, so I don't know if he can afford to go 3 tight ends as well. And then he has, who's he have? He has 8. Yeah, he could afford. No, he only has 4 running backs though. He kind of has to go a running back, I feel like. Ooh, might be rolling the dice on skipping on Braven Jordan, depending on who we go here. If Logan Thomas is available, we'll take him. Although Wan'Dale Robinson is really falling. I might have to take him if he falls. And just pray that we have Austin Hooper or Braven Jordan fall to us. I really could have skipped on Raheem Mostert and went Zamir White just because he's the backup of Josh Jacobs. And I feel like that's the safer play. I don't know if I want to go the safer play in a league like this. You definitely don't want to do it in a best ball mania, but in this, you can play a little safer. I don't want to say you want to play safe because you really, I mean, you're still having to go up against 12 teams. Yeah, this team is a little iffy, I will say. This team is a little bit iffy. A wee bit. But we had Logan Thomas fall to us, so I think he's the best player available. We're going to take him. We still might pair him with Braven Jordan. And we're just going to have to trust our wide receivers. And if I'm going to trust any core to either not go third tight end or not go eighth wide receiver, I think I'm going to trust the group that I spent the most draft capital in, being Stephon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb. Chris Godwin, when he comes back, I mean, we're chilling. Until then, we're really banking on Devontae Parker, McCole Hardman, Corey Davis, and Robbie Anderson, which doesn't make me feel that safe, doesn't make me feel that great. But, I mean, we might just have to trust the process. Might just have to trust the process here. There is a question whether we go Austin Hooper or Braven Jordan. Austin Hooper is a better ADP, but I honestly like Braven Jordan a little bit more. Austin Hooper goes anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And really the wide receiver we would be getting here is Laviska Shenault or Brian Edwards, which I don't know if that's worth more than Braven Jordan to my team. I think this is the better play here. I think we're just going to trust these guys. Because like I said, you never know. Like Devontae Parker is very solid. We've heard that Mac Jones has made some steps in his game. So maybe Devontae Parker is that elite wide receiver. Elite's probably a bad word, but maybe he's that solid wide receiver one option that he's needed because all he had before was Jacoby Myers pretty much. So, and even if the Patriots get like an OBJ or Julio or something like that, I think if anything that just helps Devontae Parker out. So he very well could step up into the role that Chris Godwin will leave vacant until he's back from his injury. And I don't think his injury is going to last into too far into the league or into the season. Probably will. He'll probably be back like week 5 if I had to guess. So let's go through this team again. Let's keep an open mind because this is new to me. So it's easy when something's new. It's easy to be like, oh, I don't like it because I'm not familiar with it. But let's really dive in here and see how we feel. Excuse me. Our quarterbacks are Josh Allen and Tom Brady. We went Tom Brady over Dak Prescott. Even though Dak Prescott would have given us the CeeDee Lamb stack, we went with the Chris Godwin stack because we were going for that Russell Gage stack just in case. And I do think that Tom Brady and Dak Prescott are pretty neck and neck as far as points produced go. So we went with Josh Allen, Tom Brady. Obviously, gotta love that. Probably the strongest room in our team. Tom Brady. Now the only thing is, where do we take Tom Brady? Let's see. Let's just play devil's advocate, or not devil's advocate. Let's critique this a little bit. 82, 63, 87. So it goes like this. So we could have taken, instead of Tom Brady, we could have took Hunter Renfrow, Cordero, or Damian Harris. Maybe we should have went, right? Yeah, maybe we should have went like a Cordero instead. Like maybe we should have went Ken Walker and Kareem Hunt right here. Maybe that would have been better. If we did that, we could have picked all the same players and got like a Jameis Winston. Ugh. Even that I don't love. All right. I don't think it's glaringly a bad decision. Maybe we could have picked someone different, but I'm not going to beat myself up over that. Our running back room is very average, which is kind of what we were going for when we went with Stephon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb in the first 2 rounds. We were going with a solid core, not a standout highlight reel player, but just a solid core, which I think we achieved. I mean, as long as Cam Akers can stay healthy, he has good potential to be a running back one. Josh Jacobs, we'll see. He's kind of always just like average. I don't know. He's pretty good. Ken Walker is kind of our dark horse here. Ken Walker and Rashad Penny, the combination of the two, because they're both capable of really big plays and really big games. So between the two of them, we might be looking at a pretty decent score, even if Cam Akers and Josh Jacobs doesn't perform. Tyrion Davis can. I think what we did good in the running back room is we gave ourselves real chances to have a breakout running back one in these later 4 picks. Any of these 4 players could break out, and I would not be surprised. Maybe not on a season, like in the length of the season, but any week, any of these players can have huge games. So I think with the strategy of having these average running backs, having this core of 4 running backs that could pop off at any moment is a good strategy. So I like the way we built behind our average running backs. And then you go to our wide receiver core, who is understaffed, you could say, but it is a very high skill level, especially past week 5 when Chris Godwin comes back. But Stephon Diggs, elite. CeeDee Lamb, I think he will be elite. He's going to get a lot more volume than he's used to, a lot more red zone targets than he's used to. He's going to be a bona fide number 1 stud in this upcoming season. So I like the CeeDee Lamb pick. Chris Godwin, we've talked about. Devontae Parker, Mecole Hardman, both will have their weeks. We'll also have the weeks where they have nothing. And then Corey Davis and Robbie Anderson, we're just looking for a score or two. We're really hoping that any of these players have a strong beginning of the season. If any of those players can provide a strong beginning of the season, just long enough to win some games while we're waiting for Chris Godwin to come back, then they will have served their purpose. And then we go down to tight end, and I think we did a good job with this room as far as picking a solid. Dawson Knox completes a double stack with Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. We talked about that. And then really grabbing some 2 underdog players to build behind Dawson Knox to provide us some scores on a more infrequent basis, but they definitely are more than capable. So what I will say about this draft is in the rooms that we lack talent in, I think we did build a good team later on in the draft to give ourselves a potential of recovery, because I think the beginning of the draft, I don't even know if it's bad. I'm just not used to it, so I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. But, come back February when the season is over. Maybe this team is like my best team, and I need to readjust how I think about these drafts. So we're just going to live and learn. We're going to have teams like this where we're not super excited about, but we want some exposure to them. So that this team it's fine. It's fine. I'm not super excited about it. I'm not super disappointed. I don't think we threw away our $3. I think it definitely has a chance. I'm not going to put all my money on this team if I had to bet. You can look at the teams that I drafted on Friday during the day. Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, stacked with Jamar Chase and who is it? I guess Justin Fields doesn't have a stack, but he's a rushing quarterback, so you still have access to a ceiling whenever the quarterback can use his legs a little bit. And then Joe Burrow stacked with Jamar Chase. We have Javonte Williams, Cam Akers, Miles Sanders, Ken Walker, Jamal Williams. Kind of a similar idea to the draft we just did as far as average running backs goes. No real star. I mean, Javonte Williams can be a star if he gets the volume. He's just probably not going to get the volume. But we did build a solid core behind him. And then our wide receivers are just studs in this draft. We have Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Michael Gallup, Jacoby Myers, DJ Chark, William Fuller, and then Kendrick Bourne behind Jacoby Myers, which I like that. And then the 3 tight ends that are all very solid. I think this team is a better version of the team we just built. We went with 2 wide receivers to start, and I think the way everything else shook out was a little bit better than the team that we just drafted. I think this is a better version of that team. And this is the other team that we drafted here. We really punted quarterback here. We went with 3 running backs start. Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones, and Nick Chubb, all studs. Cordero Patterson, Deontay Foreman in case Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, because these four are more than sufficient. We punted quarterback. We went a bunch of middle of the pack wide receivers: Deontay Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Darnell Mooney, Christian Kirk, Sky Moore, and then they kind of fall off these last three. Then we took Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has a stack with. Kirk Cousins doesn't have a stack. Oh, I took him because he fell behind his ADP pretty good, and I needed a quarterback one. So we went with Kirk Cousins, Justin Fields, and then Davis Mills later in the rounds. Davis Mills doesn't have a stack either. So the quarterback room is pretty weak, but we have Dalton Schultz and Robert Tonyan. This team's whatever. I mean, obviously our running back room is very solid. Potentially, we can use 3 scores on a weekly basis if our wide receivers don't make up a good flex spot. But yeah, those are the drafts we did. I don't think any of these are my favorite, but I think they're all solid. I think they all have a chance. And our projection thinks so as well. So that's the stream. Second stream of the day. I haven't said it one single time, but subscribe, like, sign up for Underdog Fantasy. Your first deposit from $10 to $100 gets matched 100%. Gets you some free money. Put in code FFX54 in the when you make that deposit. It gives us some money to enter more drafts. Doesn't take any away from you. Get in these drafts, have a little bit of fun. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna try to stream every day this week, and so I'm gonna go get some cleaning done today. Maybe do some meal prep. I don't know. I'm gonna have a little bit of a Sunday afternoon here. So you guys have a good one. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know down below. I'll try to get back to you. I really enjoy doing these drafts. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. But until then, I'll see you guys. Peace out.